Well, I'm very appreciative of that, Mr. Chair, and Ranking Member Moran, thank you as well for this hearing, and thank you to all of the folks here from the VA for your excellent work. We really appreciate it. Dr. Brill, I did want to follow up with you on something. New Hampshire is home to 2 VA vet centers, and I often hear from veterans about how they wish they could have connected to these mental health resources sooner to support their adjustment to civilian life. So as I think you know, I have a bipartisan bill with Senator Kramer that would require VA vet centers to contact recently separated veterans to raise awareness about the services available to them. So could you please discuss the range of mental health and counseling services that VA vet centers offer and why it can benefit veterans to learn about these services quickly after separating from service? Sure, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So with regards to early notification or awareness with regards to the vet centers and what they offer, that information is robustly covered in the Transition Assistance Program, as well as the TAP MLCs. With respect to what is covered,
Well, can we just start by, why is it a benefit for veterans to learn about this early?
oh, absolutely. So it's a benefit because the vet centers provide free counseling and support services even while they're on active duty. And then they have that wraparound care as well once they separate. So it is confidential, it's free, and it's a community integrator.
Right. And is it fair to say that as veterans transition from military to civilian life, often they find that they may need additional support during that time because it's a considerable change?
Absolutely. Within the first 365 days of separation, that is a critical time period. So the vet center serves as that tool along with the services that VHA provides.
Well, thank you for that. I then wanted to follow up to get a little bit more specific about the VA's position on the bill, and that may be what you were beginning to talk about. So the bill that Senator Kramer and I have requires the VA to electronically alert the vet center nearest to where a veteran resides that a veteran has separated from the military. And we filed this bill because folks from the VA came and asked us to, because they said they had difficulty getting information from the Department of Defense about when somebody was separating, and they wanted to be able to do specific outreach. And the bill actually not only says DOD has to provide the VA this information, but then also says that the vet centers have to reach out to the veteran within a particular amount of time. And I was pleased to get testimony, written testimony from all of you that said you share the goals, but now it seems that you're saying you think you can get the information. So I just would like to kind of clarify the position of the VA on the bill and what we need to do to make sure not only that vet centers can get the information in a timely way, but that vet centers do the outreach in a timely way too.
So with respect to VA's position on the bill, we support the intent, but we do feel like that with the guidance that we have now, the regulations and the processes that are in place currently, there's no need for additional legislation. We would be happy to present any complications or barriers to accommodating the data sharing with the vet centers if we approach that as a barrier. But currently, our current process and the data that we get from DOD, we feel that we can meet the letter of the law with regards to this bill.
So, and with that, with those guidelines in place right now for the DOD and from the VA, you all can do it, but those could change, right? One of the things I'm concerned about is different administrations, different leadership, different policymakers in executive agencies can change the way things work. And I'm just really wanting to make sure that we all are walking together to make sure that VA vet centers can get this information in a timely way from DOD so that we are reaching out to veterans, and then that they know they have an obligation to reach out to veterans in a specific amount of time. And are you saying that all of the policies and procedures in place achieve that goal?
I would say yes. Within the TAP, or the Transition Assistance Program governance structure, we have work groups and we have the communication with our DOD partner as well as VHA to meet the letter of the law. There is one item that we would look to have leniency with, and that would be respect to the 7-day requirement to transfer that data over to the vet center. We would ask that that would be a 7 days from the date we receive the data from DOD versus once the service members separate.
Well, and how long does it take DOD to get you the information? Because if it takes DOD weeks or months, that's not helpful, right? And then we may need to have this law passed to say, you got to get the information to the vets, to the VA, and then the vet center. I mean, what I am concerned about is the bill also says that you all, the vet center, will reach out to the veteran within 14 days. And are you telling me that that's a goal you currently achieve?
We can achieve that, yes, ma'am.
Do you currently achieve that?
So currently, the data that is in this bill is not in implementation yet. We received the data from DOD, but the transfer to the vet center is the part that we are working on in the development phase. And we do believe that we can accomplish that with the current infrastructure and the processes that we have in place.
Well, I look forward to following up with you. I think I may still think that this legislation is necessary, because what I would like to do is make sure that this is an obligation that you all are required by law to follow, rather than too much flexibility, because at the end of the day, this is about getting veterans the support they need and saving lives. Thanks.
Thank you.
Senator Moran.